what's the shortest you've gone with a song yourself at this point? Because there are a variety of short songs. So, for example, there's some where there's no hook. It's just maybe a verse, a little over a verse, no hook, that's it.
Yeah.
There's some which is two verses. How short have you gotten?
My shortest one, I think, is 158.
And care to share the title to that for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time?
It's my newest single called Too Solid.
And what's that song about?
The same old juice, energetic juice, showing you a route to get you some money so you can pay your bills and take care of your family.
And on that cover art, for fans of yours, the teeth look a little different this time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What happened to those golds?
I removed them, man. Nigga got too old for them damn golds, man. They look good, you know. I was box every shoulder, man. 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom, but I had to change it up, man. My children finna be teenagers. One of them a teenager already. My second one on the way to being a teenager.
Now, were those permanent gold teeth?
Yeah, they were permanents.
And how many did you have at the time, bottom and top?
4 at the top and 4 at the bottom.
And do you recall who did them back in those days?
My last set was Broad Street Dental.
How many sets have you had over the years?
3.
And are your teeth, were they shaven down to the nubs and those were placed on? Or?
Yeah, they wasn't shaved down to the nubs, but they definitely were shaved to get the permanent on them.
Okay, got it. And why 3 sets over the years?
Cause my first set of goals, I was 16. So I had two goals from Dr. Jeffrey from downtown right here in Atlanta. I had an O and a J. And then from there, from Jeffrey, I went to Crook. And then from Crook, I went to Broad Street Dental.
And can you shed some insight on what you had from Crook and, well, Broad Street you had 4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4. So at Crook did 6, 4 at the top and 2 at the bottom. And then I went to Broad Street and did 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom.
Now, just thinking back, okay, there may be some in the audience that are considering gold teeth themselves. Why the different numbers there over the years? At 16 you did 2, and then the formation with the middle doctor, and then the third person, well, a doctor, dentist.
Okay, so I could have with the first 2, I could have stayed with what I had. But I wanted to remove OJ because I was a kid when I got him. I just wanted to show my name when I smiled. So from that, I went to 4 because 4 look better than 2 because you like a bunny rabbit. Just your 2 front teeth would go. So 4 look like you know what I'm saying, you supposed to. And then the 2 at the bottom, I was just trying some because I never had bottom teeth. And then from there, I rescoped. Because over the years, no matter how many times you go red, wipe them or whatnot, you still have that tarnish because it's fucking gold, you know what I'm saying? So you really have to always constantly buff them because especially if you're a smoker, cigarette smoker, weed smoker, it don't matter. It's going to tarnish your golds. And then you constantly have to use your gold red to buff them out. And then I was just really switching because it was going from this dentist to this dentist. Every dentist had every one of them had the box style because they permanent, but they had their own type of box style. You know what I'm saying? Like when I started with Jeffrey, golds was 150 per gold. By the time I got to Broad Street Dental, they was 300 per gold. So everybody work wasn't the same.
And was it the same karat gold each time you went?
Yeah, the same 20. What I was getting 22 karat gold.
Now, there are some that do more than 4 on the top. They might do 8 and 8.
Yeah, or the 10 and 10.
10 and 10. Some might do every single tooth.
Yeah. I don't think that damn near from Florida. If you talk to him and he open up his mouth and then from back to back, it's gold, top and bottom. Oh, yeah, he'll Florida. Out the gate, you should know that's Florida.
Now, throughout the different formations that you went through, were you happy with the amount of gold you got, like the 4 and 2 and the other formations, or do you ever wish you would have went more with the gold?
On my second time, I said I should have did 10 and 10. But then when I did 4 and 4, I still should have did 10 and 10, but I was just being cheap.
And when it came to you finally ending that run with gold, how long ago was this when you got those removed?
It's 2024. I want to say 2020. 20, so yeah, no, 2021. 2021 is when I did it.
Hindsight, looking at how everything's played out, were you happy with when you chose to end the gold? Do you wish you would have done it sooner? Do you wish you would have done it later?
Maybe could have done it sooner, but me caught up in I need that. I'm OJ the Juiceman. I need that gold mouth look. I probably went over the limit of when I should have actually did it.
Now, what's been the response to the veneers?
Implants.
Implants. What's been the response?
Oh, it's a clone. He a clone. Like, damn, they clone me. They could clone fucking John F. Kennedy. You feel me? They gonna clone OJ the Juiceman.
And care to share what type of implants you have at this point?
100K. 100,000.
$100,000 for these implants?
Yes, sir, ski.
Care to share the doctor behind that?
Clearchoice Implant Center. Shout out to Lakai.
And is that every single tooth has an implant?
No, I'm arches, so I got 4 titanium rods at the top, 4 titanium rods at the bottom. I removed all my teeth out my mouth.
And why that decision making there?
Just for that better smile. I'm getting older. You know, nigga having chip, missing.
Got it. And how do you feel about the implants at this point? You've had them for, what, 2-3 years at this point?
About 3. I mean, I feel good about them. I be still having to carry myself how I bite. I be biting my gum time to time. You know, it's a different bite from what you originally had.
Do you miss the golds at all?
Somewhat. And people ask me like, bro, you gonna put the you gonna put the golds on top of your veneer? I'm like, hell nah, this $100,000. I'm not even finna fuck that up.
Okay, now $100,000 just in your mouth. What does that feel like?
Normal shit now, cause all the fun days when I first got it and tried it, it's gone. It's normal shit right now.
Now, for some, $100,000 is the cost of an auto vehicle.
True.
Maybe a few auto vehicles.
True.
The cost of a piece of land.
True.
Maybe a small property.
True.
Do you ever look at the amount of money you spend on your teeth in those terms? Like, you have a piece of real estate possibly in your mouth.
Nah, I just looked at it, you know, healthier, still young looking, I guess, yeah.
Just curious there. Now, when it comes to golds, okay, circumstances could be different for everyone. But can you give the audience 5 tips for those with golds, permanent golds?
Regularly clean them, as far as in getting them removed, deep cleaning. You ain't gonna be able to put the ones they pull off, because if they permanent, they got to cut them off. So, you know, rescope more often than usual. You know what I'm saying? And stay on top of it, keep them clean. Make sure you floss to get in between them. Make sure you polish them properly. You don't want to be going around a bunch of females and your mouth look like a bucket full of pennies. You know what I'm saying? And just keep your oral hygiene at your best.
Any bonus tips when it comes to permanent gold teeth?
I mean, if you don't have to get them, don't get them. But if you do get them, that's your route. Just make sure you stay on top of your cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Always clean properly. Rescope often.
An additional question here just came to mind. Now, you stuck faithfully with the golds. There were some that went the gold route, then they switched to diamonds.
Yeah.
And then they eventually switched to veneers, some of them.
Yeah, true.
Was there ever a thought on diamonds for you at one point?
Yeah, it was, because I think they went up, they had started, by the time I had started investigating, it was like $1,500 a tooth. 1,500 or 2,000. I think 2,000 is the going rate right now. But back when I was investigating, it was 1,500 per tooth. I'm like, shh. If I want a 10-pack, that's 15,000. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I'm like, I liked it, the look, but I guess because I'm a Sun Valley nigga, and we do gold teeth.
Now, how close were you to actually going diamond? Was it just a thought, or did you possibly almost put a deposit down for some?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
get that
nah.
close?
I got close enough to reaching out to certain jewelers to see the ticket he was charging, comparing numbers to see which route I did want to go. But then I kind of fell out of sync with it. Wasn't really standing like that no more.
And where were you at in your career music-wise? Was there a certain song, mixtape, album at the time when you were contemplating Diamond Teeth? The audience might have seen you with Diamond Teeth at some point around that era.
That probably had to be around the time I did the mixtape with the Tom Brady. I think that was 6 rings, 3, 4, something like that.
Now, when you were researching different jewelers and things of that nature, did people around you try to stop you from the diamond look and stay with the gold? Were there people championing the gold look?
No, I wasn't really talkative about it. I was just what they call it, window shopping.
Got
I
it.
was window shopping a little bit on my own turn, like, damn, oh, that hard. I wonder how much you charge, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I wasn't really telling nobody because I ain't want to jump the gun. And sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot, you know what I'm saying, when you jump the gun.
Now, speaking of money, it sounds like, and this is just an assumption here based on what you've been saying, but it sounds like you are very careful with money. When it came to the gold, you know, had, I don't know if the word budget is appropriate, but you had certain figures you were staying in or within.
Correct.
You were researching diamonds and the 1500 versus 2000. And ultimately, you made a decision not to spend 15,000 on diamonds. So it sounds like you're very careful with money.
Correct.
But with the implants, you spent $100,000 on that.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain that to the audience? How careful you were up until that time, but you really spent some money on these implants.
I would investigating different dental people. At the time wanting to do it, and I think one late night I was up about 5, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and them infomercials come on, and clearchoice came across the screen, and everybody that was coming out the office was looking like they went and spent the bag, and they mouth all the way correct how it's supposed to be. So I tried a few dental people, and I ran with clearchoice as the last resort. They right down downtown Decatur in Atlanta.
And that was no promo involved. You actually spent $100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. They didn't know about the OJ the Juiceman until later down the line in the process of doing bilateral surgery. I had to do bilateral surgery. I had to do a nose lift. No, it was a bilateral surgery with a nose lift or some shit like that.
And even with the $100,000 you spent, were you still being careful with the money there? Like, for instance, was there, you could have spent $150 with another doctor or dentist, but you chose the 100 for within.
Yeah, cause I was looking at the out the country dentist people. They was saying like 7,500, 10,000. I'm like, damn, that's cheap as hell compared to what these folk telling me. But then once I let the real people in the United States let them know that I was thinking about going out of there, they let me know about malpractice. So it's like nobody in the States would want to work with somebody, work behind something that's coming from out of the States where they don't know what they did, what happened, they couldn't see the procedure, you bring no paperwork type shit for your procedure, like no x-rays or whatnot. So once they hit me to what malpractice really meant, I took it, I couldn't go that route. Cause it just really scared me. That's all. Like, oh hell no, get these folk their money and then it fuck up or don't do right, and I try to fix it in the States. So that means every time I need to fix it, I got to go out the country.
Now, speaking of implants, okay, asked you this about the golds, gonna ask you this about the implants too. Maybe some in the audience just got implants themselves. Again, 5 tips when it comes to implants.
Brush, water pick, goggle, whatever, Listerine, that motherfucker. They got a specific Listerine. It's not Listerine. It's some start with a P. Can't remember it until I see the bottle in front of me. Really just keep your damn mouth clean. You know, just want that kind of cheese. Make sure your breath smell good too. But
Now, what about the smoking?
nah, I am a smoker. I do smoke. So yeah, the smoke do kind of tarnish them. But you know, I went the whitest of the white for a Honda. I want whiter of the white. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? White me. But the smoking, you know, like smoking does to anything, regular teeth, gold teeth, diamond teeth, that shit do put a stain on you. You know what I'm saying? So just brush your damn teeth regularly.
Now, speaking of smoking here, because you spent $100,000 on these teeth, was there a thought on giving that up?
Yeah, I did. I did, but the nicotine so damn addictive. Nicotine said, well, fuck that. You ain't giving nothing up. Fire another one up. What you giving up? Your lighter? Because you ain't finna smoke these cigarettes. Yeah, but I did wanna. I'm like, damn, I spent all this kind of money. I still wanna smoke these stinking that tarnished teeth ass cigarette. But like I said, nicotine is addictive, and I done cold turkey plenty times out my life.
What's the longest?
Oh, I cold turkey.
Yeah.
What I went like, I stopped for like 10 years, 8 years, 8 or 10 years. I stopped smoking, but I was a frequent smoker before I stopped. Stopped 8, 10 years. Started liking that smell and started back. Quit. About 5 years, started back,